Our next relationship makes it a year. Weeks later, I went out of town this past weekend. It was homecoming at my old college, so I went back and saw a lot of old friends. We all went out after the football game, and I was able to close the deal with a divorced friend of a friend. I have to say it was nice to have a girl actually make me feel good. She wasn't anything special, but we were both looking for the same thing, and we found it several times. LOL. She works with a friend of mine's wife, and he texted me this morning saying that she was telling the girls at work that she hasn't been ducked like that in a long time. I must admit that made me feel good. Got to start getting back in the game. I have an appointment with my IC today. She has been on vacation for 2 weeks, so it will be nice to talk to her again. Lately I have been talking almost the whole hour without her saying anything, but it's nice to just vent sometimes. I have my eyes on a girl here locally that I would like to ask out at some point, but I want to make sure I'm ready so I don't mess it up by starting too soon. Not much new to report this week. Very little contact with SDBX, only texting. She sends me a text just about every day on something concerning kids. I wait a minimum of an hour before I respond, sometimes not even responding at all. My lawyer is supposed to be in touch with hers concerning our community property settlement. My side worked up a pretty good proposal, fair but a little slanted towards me. Hopefully we hung enough red meat out there that she'll take it and not want to start fighting over every little item. Still working on detaching. It's a very tough road. Some days are great, and then some days I sink back into the why me and mine movies routine. I just keep going back to the fact that she is skating around any and all consequences, and I am left to try to put my life back together. Not fun. Now to the rough part. Today is my day with the children, and our daughter is in daycare today and my son's school is closed due to the elections taking place. He is able to go to daycare with his sister on days when school is closed. SDBX is a teacher, and she is also off today because of the closure. In the waiting room, she mentioned bringing our son back to daycare after the appointment, and I said that she could just keep him for the day and I could meet her somewhere on my way home from work to get him. While on my way back to work after the appointment, she called me and said that she is going to take him to eat lunch, then bring him to daycare because she is meeting some people and cannot change her plans. I was very disappointed to hear that, but I held my tongue. We talked about custody plans for Thanksgiving because our son is having his tonsils taken out the Friday before the holiday week. I am due to have them that Friday through Wednesday, and she gets them Wednesday until school starts. She asked if we could flip that around because she would be off of school and could take him earlier in the week and I could have them for Thanksgiving Day and not have to miss work. She also said that she would like to bring him home from the hospital after his tonsil surgery. I said that's too bad. I am scheduled to have him after surgery, so I will be the one to take him home. I also said that I can take a few days off of work around Thanksgiving during my days to have them. Then I made the comment that I will actually keep them with me on those days rather than ship them off to daycare on my day off. That set her off. She said I had no right to say that, and it was unfair. I said I was disappointed that she would rather do her own thing than keep our son for a few extra bonus hours. She then said she was working at school with some other science teachers this afternoon and couldn't change it. Earlier it was meet some friends. She said that it wasn't even her day and that she had already made these plans and that I could just get the kids from daycare on my way home like normal. I said we'll tell that to our son when you drop him off. That you would spend time with him, but it isn't your day. She got very mad and called me every name in the book. I just said that I think it is terrible that she does not take advantage of a few extra hours, but it's not my problem to worry about anymore. I said, have a good day, and maybe I made too big a deal about her bringing our son back to daycare. Maybe I should have just let it slide. But it disappoints me that she wouldn't want to take advantage of some extra time with him. But maybe I was upset that she had other plans, and that's why I got so frustrated. I didn't raise my voice, but I think she could feel that I was pissed. But in her mind, that is just me acting like her parent and being controlling. I went out on a blind date last Saturday night with a friend of a friend. We met at a local bar and had a few drinks and talked for a while. We had a good time. I asked if I could see her again, and she said yes. We are meeting at another restaurant tonight. One thing I felt after meeting her was that I am not ready for this. I don't know if it is that I don't want to put myself out there and meet new people, or if it's this particular girl that I'm not feeling, or what it is. I know it is relatively early to start dating again, but I didn't want to pass up the opportunity. I don't know how I feel about her yet, and I didn't feel the fireworks going off when I left our date the other night. I have been out of the game so long I don't know how I should be feeling. LOL. I don't want anything serious, but I think it's nice to be able to get dressed up and be social again. Sometimes I feel like I have to drag myself out the door, but I am working on it. 1 month later, last week the kids and I were putting up our tree, and my son mentioned something about the tree at other man's house. That was the second time that week that he had said something about other man's house. The first time I just let it go. My kids had not mentioned anything about being there for several months, but when he said something about his Christmas tree, that told me that they have been over there recently. There is nothing legally I can do to stop it, but SDBX and I agreed not to expose the children to significant others until after the divorce. I should have known she wouldn't follow it, but I guess to actually hear it made it sting a little. I sent her a text saying that our son has now mentioned being at other man's house twice this week, and I am very disappointed that she didn't follow our agreement. She didn't respond. I may have been looking for a fight a little bit, and I know I am supposed to be detached and not fight with her, but I have been wanting to get that off my chest for a while. For some reason, I wanted to tell her that I think she is a horrible person. So I did. I'm sure it's just more fuel for her to go cry on other man's shoulder and let him continue to play the rescuer. My biggest issue through all of this has been the fact that her parents still are oblivious to the whole idea of other man. They don't want to know the truth or ask the hard questions. They would rather believe that she is home alone healing from her abusive marriage, but she is really over at other man's playing house. But I learned that her parents have chosen their lens to view things through, and me calling or emailing them every time other man is mentioned will just make me look petty. I realize that they have been together all along. I actually have been taking pretty good care of myself. I have been on several dates and am enjoying the company of the women. Nothing serious,